Hi, my name's Caroline from carolinerushforth.com and I'm a freedom from anxiety expert and trainer. And this video is all about how to overcome loneliness. So loneliness is a big topic at the moment. It seems to be that a lot of people feel very lonely, and these people can feel lonely in a relationship, out of a relationship, in a family, outside of a family. People in friendships can feel lonely. So why is it that if sometimes these people have connections, you have connections around you, that you're feeling lonely? Or you could be the person who doesn't feel that they have friends and family to support you. You could feel very disconnected from the world and very disconnected from your environment. But what I would say is loneliness is actually very much disconnection from self as much as it's a disconnection from others. And when we are feeling negative and feeling as though we don't belong, feeling as though perhaps we don't feel like we belong to a particular group or network, or just generally feeling unhappy, these are emotions that are going around the body that are perpetuating these feelings of loneliness. But actually, the way to stop feeling lonely is to actually work on yourself and work through these default emotions that are going on in your system. So this is to do with mood, it's to do with well-being, it's to do with how much enjoyment you have in your life, how much you're reaching out to other people, and noticing what fears are coming up if you choose to reach out to someone or to a group or association. What's the worst thing that can happen? And for some others, I do understand that there's feelings of loneliness if there's, mental health or social anxiety. But again, this goes back to self and working with self. And there's so many people in this world walking around in these default states and very good at sort of blaming everyone else and blaming everything outside of themselves. But really, the completion comes from working within you. So in this video, I want to just give you some tips on how you could help yourself to feel more connected and not feel lonely. So my first tip is about finding connection with others. And this is finding connection within your friendship groups, within doing a group or hobby that you really enjoy, to go and find people who share your beliefs and values and to connect with those kind of people. And there's so many different ways that you can connect with others now. It could be, an action that could be taken soon. My second tip is working through any negative self-talk. And so just notice what self-talk is coming in when you're feeling these feelings of loneliness. Is it that you have felt a disconnection from somebody recently? Perhaps you've had an argument. Is it that someone didn't invite you to something and you feel left out? Is it that you just don't feel like you have anyone that you can reach out to? What is it that's going on for you? Also, are there feelings of abandonment that you're feeling at a very unconscious level, or feelings of rejection that if you were to actually reach out to people that they might not, open up their invitation to you or something? So these are all just fears that are kind of going around in your neurology, and they will be very much related to experiences that you've had in the past where you've perhaps felt abandoned, where you've felt lonely, where you felt rejection. So it's important to just kind of sit with that and just acknowledge what feelings and emotions are coming up around why you're feeling lonely. And the thing is that if we don't connect to our emotions, if we don't acknowledge them and allow them to come up, they just get suppressed, and you're just going to feel more lonely, and you're just going to feel more sad, and you're going to feel more rejected. So emotion is like energy, it needs to move up and out of the body. So the more you can acknowledge these feelings and emotions that are happening in your body and just really connect with yourself, find kindness and compassion. I'm a big fan of exercises where you could be writing out all of the strengths that you have, all of the things that you've achieved in life, the times where you've helped others and you've made a difference to other people's lives. So that's a really good exercise to remind yourself of times where you have felt connected, and also what you've got to offer to other people, because there will be things that you have to offer others that make them feel good and bring joy. And perhaps you're really good, got a great sense of humour, or a great little entertainer, or love writing, singing. There'll be something, some hidden talent that you have or hidden part of you that people will love to be around. So just remind yourself of what they are. The third is lack of purpose and fulfillment. What is it in your life that's missing that brings you joy? What have you sacrificed for someone else? Where are you not putting time in order to concentrate on an activity or creative endeavour that really makes you happy and brings you joy and creates a amazing feeling in your body? Because purpose and fulfillment is actually ultimately the main thing of why a person feels lonely and disconnected from themselves. And purpose and fulfillment is very much about making a difference. It's all about touching someone else's life in a positive way. It's about creating change, being part of something that is perhaps bigger than you can do on your own, or being part of something that feels like you're contributing to the greater good of humanity. And this is very much overlooked in people's lives. We can spend our life sort of concentrating on ourselves, what isn't working for me, blah blah blah, and blaming the outside experiences, blaming outside people. But actually, if you were to really sit and think, well, if there was no objection, if nothing would get in the way, if money wasn't a problem, where you were living, location, the sky's the limit and beyond, what would you do that you would just happily not be paid for? What would you just happily get up in the morning and do? Because that is the magic. That is what you're meant to be doing more of in your life, to feel as though you are making a difference and feeling a sense of purpose and fulfillment in some way. And with that comes on making a difference to other people, to impacting other people's lives in some way, or impacting a person or an animal. All of those times that we're giving to other people, it makes us feel really good inside. It's like our heart just expands and we just feel such a sense of joy and fulfillment, that an inner satisfaction that you just can't get from anything else. So just take some time to really think about what is missing from your life that brings you that joy, that harmony and inner equilibrium, and do more of it. And then my fourth tip is about writing a list of people who you could reach out to, who you could connect with. Write a list of people who have been your friend or are your friends, people who perhaps you haven't connected with for a while, or maybe local charities or groups of places where you enjoy being a part of, doing what you love. I mean, that kind of fits with the purpose and fulfillment element, where you can actually be connected to a group or association or hobby group where you're all sharing the same beliefs and values and you're all working towards the same goals, and you just feel really good when you're around these people. But equally, there will be people in your life that you can reach out to and feel connected with. And so just have a think about that and reflect on that. So that's it for this video. I hope this has been helpful. Do feel free to subscribe if you feel that this video has been useful, or feel free to share it if you know someone else who might benefit from listening to it. Thanks very much. Bye.